There you go.
All right, so this is review number 2 of the SH Figuarts Naruto, and let's get into it.
Now this takes me back! The village hasn't changed a bit! I'm home, everyone! Naruto Uzumaki has returned to the Hidden Leaf Village!
All right, so getting into it, this is the packaging that the figure comes in. I'm more used to seeing the packaging where it has the clear view of the figure from the front of the package. But no, this one's pretty cool too. I dig this one. So let's get into it. Okay, so fresh out the box, this guy is pretty cool. I to be honest, wasn't expecting too much, only because I know this is mainly a retread of the previous release of the last Naruto figure that came out. But this guy is nice. We're gonna take a deeper look at some of the detail, and that's definitely one of the highlights of the figure. No paint smudges, it's a pretty clean work, and for the price, it's not too bad either. Before we get into the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So taking a look, these are all of the accessories that are included with the figure, as well as the alternate hands. And here is the Rasengan. It really looks more like a non-mobile Rasengan, like it's just in his hand. But to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. I like that they included some shading on the alternate piece. Even has a little peg on the alternate hand for the Rasengan to peg into. Also, the little gripping fist hands that are included, to be honest, they're kind of bulky. It's hard to kind of explain seen over the camera, but once they're in your hand, they do look kind of large on the figure. Maybe I'll do like a little comparison photo on the side to show you what I'm referring to. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to touch on are the shurikens that's included with the figure. If you guys were able to see my review of the bootleg Kakashi figure, it was included with some alternate shurikens, and I'll do a little side-by-side comparison so you can see what the official release looks like compared to the bootleg release. And to be honest, I actually like the bootleg release more. But again, it's all, you know, up to you based off of your taste and what you prefer. So, all right, let's take a deeper look at the figure. So before we get into the articulation for the figure, I wanted to show you guys the peg for changing out the different face swaps on the figure. I'm not gonna lie, this little mechanism that they have here, even though it's effective with hiding all of the articulation or the I don't know, like the gapping, yeah, in the figure, it is kind of awkward, kind of how it's placed on here. But now that I'm kind of messing with it, maybe I'll take that back. It's not bad. But getting into all of the articulation, this guy is pretty cool. Has double joining elbows. Again, these are the kind of large hands that I was referring to earlier. The paint is crisp on this figure though. I really like the zipper lining on the figure. It is nice and stands out. And yeah, this is definitely a 2.0 version of the Naruto figure from the SH Figuarts line. I like how on the back, the little pouch is on a little hinge here, and it's actually removable. It fits in there pretty snug, but it is also easy to remove. And yeah. So before we get into the articulation for the figure, I just wanted to show you guys the little pegs that fit into the top of the head for the figure for plugging in the alternate face plates. And it's actually not that bad of a design. I know I had this kind of design on the Boruto figure that was produced by this line, and I actually wasn't a fan of it on the figure. The head kept popping off the alternate faceplate, but this one is actually pretty snug, so no gripes there. These are a little thicker than usual hands that I was referring to. Again, it's all subjective, so it's kind of up to you. I like how a lot of the design hides a lot of the articulation. I mean, you really have to extend things to really see gappage. Speaking of gappage, there's no gappage in the back, but because of that, you don't get much tilt forward. as far as the waist articulation goes. But either way, I mean, he bends pretty well. And I also like that the pouch on the back of the figure is pretty removable, but it fits in there pretty snug. So I haven't had any issues with losing it or anything popping out. One thing that I'm kind of not a fan of, kind of missing in the older versions of the Naruto figures, there was a ball peg in the back for the back straps of the headband. And this one is kind of a flat. Oh, wait, hold on. No, this one has, this one's on a wall peg too. Yeah, that is crazy. So I keep telling you, the articulation and the design on here is out of this world. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into comparisons. So here is a height comparison between Naruto and the oh my goodness, the Marvel Legends Superior Octopus. And yeah, he fits pretty well in the oh my goodness, kill me, in the Marvel Legends scale. Definitely because he's obviously a younger character, he is a bit shorter, but I really don't mind it. It looks pretty great. All right, so that's gonna wrap up my review of the SH Figuarts action figure best selection, Naruto, for Naruto Shippuden. And again, this figure is pretty good. Like I mentioned, it's a pretty good bang for your buck. You know, if you're looking for a cheap custom figure that you could even probably make maybe even an army of Shadow Clones with. I'll post a link to where you can purchase him or where I purchased him at. And yeah, peace.